Let's face it, history likes to tell you it's complete. That every important story is already in the textbooks. But the truth has holes. Huge ones, where the names of fearless freedom fighters have been erased. Men and women who stared down empires, chains, and death, and still stood tall. Today, we pull back the curtain and unveil 7 legendary Black freedom fighters who changed history. Nat Turner refused to both year is 1831. The place, Southampton County, Virginia. Nat Turner, a preacher and thinker, is planning. Ever since he was 5, when his mother was sold away and he heard her screams echoing in the night. He knew there was more to life than submitting. When he looked up at the sky, he didn't see chains. He saw stars. Born free? No, not free. Born enslaved. Nat would never accept the lie that some men were born to be property. He read everything he could get his hands on, becoming one of the first literate Black people in America. He saw the hypocrisy around him, how people who claimed to follow Jesus Christ kept other human beings in shackles. Nat wasn't having it. So when the ground cracked and thunder roared, he saw signs from God. He took them as permission. On August 21st, 1831, Nat and 40 compatriots launched a rebellion. They freed over 55 slaves, killed about 55 whites before being overwhelmed by state and federal militias. Though many thought he was crazy, Nat refused to back down. After his capture, he told the judge, "I am not sorry for what I have done. I never will be." Sentenced to death, Nat Turner was hanged and buried in a shallow grave. But his head was chopped off and displayed from the courthouse cupola to warn others. Despite the brutal crackdown, Nat Turner changed the course of American history. His uprising proved that centuries-old institution of slavery wouldn't last forever. Queen Zinga outplayed the colonizer where? Angola, Africa. When 1600s, the stakes, the entire continent of Angola, who was on the line? A queen named Nzinga, also known as Anna Nzinga, queen of the Ndongo and Matamba people, was a warrior, diplomat, and a force to be reckoned with. See, the Portuguese had come to plunder, to claim Angola and its riches as their own, to steal the land and enslave the people. But Nzinga was having none of it. Diplomacy was her first weapon. She negotiated treaties, formed alliances, and pretended submission. All the while, she built up her military strength and plotted resistance. And when the time was right, boom, she unleashed the legendary Jaga warriors. Under her leadership, the people of Angola fought guerrilla warfare, ambushing the colonizers and denying them victory. Decades of war ensued. Neither side could gain the upper hand. In the end, Nzinga secured peace for her people, even in death, establishing an independent kingdom. It's one of the greatest queens in African history. She showed the world that no empire was too big, no ruler too mighty to be challenged. Samuel Sharp, the Baptist who lit the fire when and where? Jamaica in 1831. Why? For over 2 decades, Samuel Sharp had led peaceful protests against slavery. But after enduring whippings and the loss of his family, he started planning something different. What followed was the largest slave uprising in Jamaica's history. Known as the Christmas Rebellion, it started on Christmas night when hundreds of slaves revolted, killing their masters and marching toward the capital. Their leader, Samuel Sharp, wanted freedom, but the authorities had him arrested and put on trial, charged with murder. Sharp took the stand and defended his actions. Before sentencing him to death, the judge asked if he had anything to say. "I have done nothing more than what I had a right to do," Sharp replied. "You have taken away my all. You've deprived me of property, of friends, of wife and children. All I have now is my life. Why should I not use this to the best advantage?" After being hanged, Sharp became a martyr for the anti-slavery cause. His bravery inspired others to keep fighting for freedom until slavery was finally abolished in the British Empire in 1833. Ya Asantewaa, the Queen Mother who fought the brightest Shimajin. The year is 1900. The place, the Ashanti Kingdom in Ghana. The problem: the British are trying to take the Ashanti's most sacred possession. The golden stool. The stool symbolizes the soul of the nation. Whoever possesses it controls the destiny of the Ashanti. When messengers hesitate to pick up arms, Queen Mother Yaa Asantewaa steps forward. She declares, "We women will fight. We shall fill the seas with our tears, the shores with our dead bodies." With that, Yaa Asantewaa led thousands of warriors in a series of battles that stunned the British. They fought fiercely, showing that even without the golden stool, the Ashanti were unbreakable. But British artillery was too much. The Ashanti lost, and Yaa Asantewaa was exiled to a small village. There she continued to lead, training warriors for future fights. In 1950, when Ghana finally gained independence, a new president was chosen. Guess who was by his side? Yaa Asantewaa, proving that her spirit would live on in the new nation. Robert Smalls, the slave who stole a warship. This is Robert Smalls, a man who played a pivotal role in winning America's Civil War. Imagine waking up before dawn, hiding below decks, waiting for the coast to be clear. Once it is, scrambling to the top of a mast, raising the Union flag, and sailing a Confederate warship straight into Union hands. Smalls did exactly that. He was an enslaved man when he saw his opportunity. In 1862, disguised as a Confederate captain, he hijacked the CSS Planter and steered it past Fort Sumter and into the welcoming arms of Union forces. This bold move not only gave the Union a much-needed morale boost, but also provided valuable intelligence. Smalls became a hero. He received freedom, a hero's welcome, and an appointment to the U.S. Navy. Later, he even served in Congress representing South Carolina. His life story is a testament to the power of courage and determination in the face of impossible odds. Harriet Jacobs, the woman in the Atisimagene living in fear, always looking over your shoulder because if you get caught, your children will be ripped away from you. That was the reality of Harriet Jacobs. Escaping an abusive relationship, she hid in a crawl space in her grandmother's house for 7 years. 7 years spent watching her children through a peephole, hoping to one day be reunited with them. But as the threat of recapture loomed, she fled to New York, where she began telling her story. Eventually, her story was published in a book titled Incidents in the Life of a Slave Girl. It exposed the horrors of slavery, particularly for women who were often subjected to sexual abuse. Harriet Jacobs became a beacon of hope, proving that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can endure and inspire change. Toussaint Louverture. Napoleon's defied was once enslaved, but he rose to become one of the most important figures in history. Meet Toussaint Louverture. Born in Haiti, formerly known as Saint-Domingue, Louverture witnessed firsthand the brutal reality of slavery. But he yearned for more. He taught himself to read and write and joined the ranks of the Haitian Revolution, leading his people to victory against the French, Spanish, and British armies. His strategic brilliance was unmatched. He set up schools, hospitals, and even a constitution for the newly independent state. In 1804, Haiti became the first country in the world to abolish slavery and the first Black republic. But tragedy struck when Louverture was captured by the French and sent to prison in France, where he died. Despite the tragic ending, Toussaint Louverture's legacy lived on, inspiring generations of freedom fighters around the world. History isn't just about dates and battles. It's about the people, the unsung heroes and heroines whose names have been erased from our textbooks. These legends remind us that no matter how dark things seem, hope can ignite the darkest night. And it's up to us to keep their stories alive, so that their bravery echoes through time. Which of these stories resonated with you the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe Flusso Storico for more enlightening content. Until next time, stay curious and keep fighting for a better world.